Right.
With Maine native Riley Johnston as the head of TD Bank Beach to Beacon. How are you feeling fitness-wise going into the race? What's the confidence level?
Yeah, I feel good. I think I feel sharp this type of year. It's just like, it's been Taper Town since Eugene. So, but then it also kind of leaves some question marks as you do a lot of racing over in Europe for the month of July, and now it's going to go run a 10K. So I'm racing a lot of 15s and miles. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But I think just be patient and relaxed. The fitness is there. So as long as we just calm and relax, it'll be fun.
I think experience will be on your hands. Play to your advantage.
Yeah, actually, I think so. I've run this race about 3 or 4 times, but I'm not from this area of Maine, so those are my only 4 experiences on the course. When I won the Maine division 2 years ago, I actually made a terrible move with a mile to go. I didn't realize it was mostly uphill at the end, so I guess I'll have that experience to have my advantage. So, yeah, I think the only advantage is the fact that I'll know more myself this time, so I won't be my own worst enemy this time.
Do you view yourself as a 5K guy?
I do now. Yeah, I think I'm really comfortable with the distance, and I think there's a lot more there than I showed this year too. So workouts have been going really well for the 5K for the last year and a half. So yeah, is where I see myself moving, and I mean the mile's always fun. It's nice to be able to go back to it, especially in the summer, because it's easier to race so many miles throughout the summer. But yeah, the 5K is my event now.
It seems like your Brooks group under Coach Mackey, you guys can. At first, you're a mile specialist. I'm thinking you and Katie specifically, but your range is quite well. Mm-hmm. Can you just talk about that a little more?
I think
what have you guys worked on specifically to?
Yeah, I think Danny does a good job kind of making us versatile, just runners, so you can run anything. When I first signed, he was like, I want you to be able to run anything from the 800 to the 10K competitively. And obviously, the 15 and the 5 kind of fall right in the middle there. So it's been really nice, a lot of just a blend of aerobic stuff and then just a lot of sharpening strength as well. So I think Danny does a good job just making us versatile, which is it's been nice. Obviously, Katie showed that yesterday with a 3K win in Stockholm.
Has your mileage gone up this year since you've transitioned to longer events?
It has. I guess it's very consistent around 85. So, which has been, I guess I was more in the 70s throughout college, and I guess more even just later in college. But yeah, this year it's been mid 80s, but just very consistent since about November. I've been in the 80s. So with a few down weeks just for leading into big races. But other than that, I think this year the key has been consistency. And obviously when you got a guy like Garrett, he's like the Cal Ripken of running, training with him every day. So it's like, it's hard not to be consistent.
Do you think that builds your confidence, being able to run all different distances with those type of guys, with that whole group mentality between 800 to 10K potentially? Yeah,
I think it certainly helps my confidence, regardless of the race that I'm running. Just knowing that I'm fit is, it's a huge thing. And then going into this race, knowing that I've been competitive at a longer distance, the 5 makes me much more comfortable to be able to compete up there tomorrow. So, yeah, certainly just the overall fitness, I think, has really elevated my confidence this year.
A bunch of you guys have been running well for Maine. You, Will, Bentry this year. Do you think it's just, you all happen to be running well, it's kind of a coincidence, or is there some deeper meaning we can draw from Maine guys and see?
Man, I don't know. I saw the article you guys put out about Maine producing more sub 1320 guys than Kenya per capita, which I thought was pretty cool. I think there's a lot of Maine pride on the line. We were all over in Europe, and we all cheer for one another, and think it's cool because it's such a small knit community. So you're excited when someone from Maine does well. I mean, it was a little hard to swallow when Will beat my PR by 0.12, I think. But yeah, I think Maine, just the environment that we grew up in, it kind of produces more of like a, you're competitive in high school. It's more about just like competing in races and dual meets, and kind of the grassroots of just competition. And then, so it makes your longevity in the sport, I think, a little bit greater when you're not chasing, you're not trying to run 840 for 2 mile every weekend. So I think that's had a lot to do with it. Kind of gives us, we have a little bit more life in our legs, I think, just from our roots.
When you guys go over to Europe, usually it's a pretty fun time, a bunch of young guys out there hanging out. Do you have a suitable story that you can share, the best story with that you can share with Let's Run Nation?
All right, suitable story. There's a lot of suitable stories, yes. I'm trying to think of a good one here. Let me think. Oh gosh. Oh, all right. Here we go. So there was one night. So we were staying. I guess Will, Ford Palmer, and I all had the same agent, and Ford was giving me a hard time one night. So and Declan Murray was staying with me as well, and their apartments were next door to ours, and we both had skylights. So Declan decided he was going to crawl out the skylight, and then take a picture through Ford's skylight of him in bed on his cell phone. So, and then we tweeted it at him. So I guess the photo's out there. But Ford was, if anyone knows Ford, he's just such a charismatic, loud dude. So through the wall, we could hear, "Oh my God!" And so that was good. That was a good story. But we had a great time over there. Yeah, Will, having the same agent, it's been fun just kind of traveling around with Will. And all those guys, so yeah, it's just a super fun time over there.
Where was that story from?
That was in Leuven, Belgium.
Now, talking about Belgium, I see all the pictures of the waffles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything. Mm-hmm. Belgian waffles or Maine lobster?
Maine lobster, of course. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the Belgian waffle. Don't get me wrong, but a Maine lobster. Actually, you can see from my shoes here. I'm a big fan of the Maine lobster right there. So. Yeah, I'm gonna say Maine lobster for sure. Yeah, I guess there's. Let's see, butter sauce is to Maine lobster as ice cream is to, or gelato is to the waffle though. So you gotta have a lot of butter sauce.
Good advice.
Tips from the Mainer himself.
Exactly. Yeah, I know best when it comes to lobster.
Thanks, Riley.